Is it working? So you can see me and you can hear me. Why does it work? Why is it? Again, if you hadn't told me, I'd have just done this whole show. Why doesn't it work sometimes? Is it the connection? What the hello, where are you watching from? Where have you tuned in from twice? From Ireland. I didn't bother starting a song again. It was Aerosmith, if you're interested. Could you hear me? You could just not see me, or you couldn't hear me. Just a black screen. That art, like a Derek Jarman film. Just right, I've got some questions. Got loads of questions. They start coming in at 8 in the morning now. So we just go for half an hour. Apologies if you don't get round to it. I might get round to you. What day is it? Wednesday. Alright. Might get round to you Sunday. Glasgow, LA, Lancashire, Virginia. I always want to go to Virginia because of the Blue Ridge Mountains in the Waltons. It looked nice. That is where my information. Is that where they were from, the Waltons? Or is it West Virginia? That's what's his name song, isn't it? Olivia Newton-John covered it. What's his name? What's his name? Something John Denver. That's it. That was Blue Ridge Mountains, wasn't it? West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Anyway, Dallas. I haven't been to Dallas either. I mean, basically, I haven't been to most of the world. I've been to a lot of places, but the reason I haven't been to most of the world is that it's fucking huge. It's mental, the Earth. And it's not even a particularly big planet. I mean, compared to some of the fucking things in the universe, our sun isn't a particularly big star. So, you know, that's why I haven't been. I put this in Cemetery Junction. It was sort of about me growing up, mixed with me watching, you know, as a kid growing up. I sort of mixed the time a little bit, growing up in Reading. Cemetery Junction is an area of Reading. And I put this line in that my mum said to me when I was about, I don't know, 17, 18. I was going to France for the first time. I had to get a little a temporary passport. I'd done it before. And she went, "What are you going to France for? There's parts of Reading you ain't seen." So it's really sweet. And a diss. It's sort of a diss. Like, who do you think you are? Edmund Hillary. You haven't been down the end of the Bath Road yet. Right, let's answer some questions. Welsh Felix. Columbo is dishevelled and constantly underestimated by murderers. He is indeed. Lovely. What a charming idea for a show Columbo was and is. What would your quirks be if you were a serious detective? Yeah. Well, I'd be that as well. I'd be dishevelled and old and swearing. Maybe there's no detective that swears, is there? Like you walk in and you just see limbs and stuff and blood everywhere, and the forensics are there, and you walk in with your mat and you go, "Fucking hell, what? I mean, that'd be good." And then the titles. And it comes to me like that, I go, well, I better get to the bottom of this. What about a laugh? What about laughing? Right. So, what's my name? Javumbo, right? And they're dusting, and they go, here comes Lieutenant Javumbo. And I walk in like that. I go, what's the problem? Right, and they go, Javumbo, this he's been murdered, like that. And I go, right. And they just sort of like, they look at me and they go, why is he laughing? Right? Everyone's there. The wife is sort of crying, right? And I go, oh God, was he stabbed? Like that. Maybe, would that be good? Would that be good for it? And I go, right, let's get some fingerprints. But I'm sort of chuckling. Don't think it. I don't think that I take off like Columbo. Harry the cat. One of my greatest achievements today is mastering our neighbour's new Aunty Harry state-of-the-art cat flap, allowing me to still pop in and visit. What have you mastered recently that you are particularly proud of? Oh, nothing. Is there any? I suppose you mean, oh God, in the last year? I was going to say this. I haven't, have I? I really haven't mastered technology. I've explained before why I can't get on with things like this, right? Because I'm a genius, right? I need all my brain power, that's the technical term, to work shit out, solve crime, you know, find cures for terrible disease. That's what I'm working on. So I can't be bothered with all the mundane stuff. Like I told you that Albert Einstein had, I think he had 5 black suits because he didn't want to. He was working on shit. He didn't want to have to worry about what he was wearing. It's like he'd get up and go, right, I know something equals mc squared. But I go, is it A? No. B? C? No. Is it D? And he went, I know. And his wife went, what are you wearing? What? What are you wearing today, Albert? I don't know, just jeans and a jumper. Bit warm out. Right, I don't know, shorts and t-shirt. All right. And he goes, oh, where was I? So that's why. So that's why I don't learn to do this shit. What have I learned? Don't think I've learned any new skills. No. I mean, nothing. I mean, I've learned things. I've learned things. Usually about things that won't come in any use to me, quantum physics and things like that. I thought I'd get good at chess, but I'm not. Because when I make a good move and I have a really good game, and I think, fucking hell, that was amazing, I forget what I did. I can't remember all those moves. So, I've learned nothing, Harry. Well done for mastering the cat flap. See, my eyes are stinging again. I did have bubble bath, and I put some salts in as well. Soup. Annabelle. When I first saw Derek push Jeff into the wall, I got a fright seeing the quick, violent snap. Yeah. As you're not a violent person, I'm not, no. I wish I was. I'm not brave enough. Sometimes I think, oh, I watch a lot of stuff like Vikings. I think, oh, yeah, maybe I'd be pretty good as a Viking. Right, there's your sword. As soon as they started running at me, I go, come on, lads, this is silly. Why are we fighting? As soon as I saw the bloke next to me get an arrow in the head, I go, fuck, run away. Go back to the boat. Let's get on the boat. as you're not a violent person, was it fun to act out an intense scene like that, especially knowing the reaction it would get? It was, uh, but you've got to be careful because it's not a real drama, and I'm not an action hero, and I'm an unlikely in everything. You know, look at me. Even in Afterlife, where you know Tony's probably a bit angrier than Derek, and I still had to make it sort of funny. So I hit someone with a can of dog food. I couldn't just suddenly take out a gang because they go, who the fuck does he think he is? Even though I could play a part where I could be in the, you know, ex fucking paratroop or something, or ex, but I'm, you know, that would be possible. But because I'm not those things, and I look like this, I've got it's got to be messy or dirty, or I've got to be scared, or it's got to be luck. Like at the end of Special Correspondence, the joke was it was sort of I didn't know what I was doing. I played a lot of video games. There's a bit of a shootout, but it's messy, and I do things by mistake. I can't really just be the you know what I mean. But it's still fun. It's still fun to even spoof something. That wasn't a spoof. Uh, that was meant to be, you know, you saw another side of Derek. But yeah, it's great. It's great to do anything that's sort of real, if you know what I mean. And the things that do happen. Loads of fights in old people's homes. Anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, anyone who hasn't seen Derek or Special Correspondence or Afterlife, they're thinking, what? He had a fight, war with a can of dog food and a shootout? What the fuck is going on? And if you haven't seen any of my stuff, how fucking dare you? I'm doing this for free. Oh, you don't like it, so you don't want to see the other stuff. That's fair enough. I gave a free sample. I took a risk. You didn't like it. I should have charged you first. Gunner, can you snowboard or ski? No, I've never tried. I've never snowboarded or skied. I don't think I've even gone down a hill on a sled when I was a kid or on a tray. I went down the stairs. I've been down the stairs as a little kid. I've been down the stairs on a tray. It's not the same, is it? Down the banister. Oh, we did a thing. Where is it? Is it in Portugal where Hemingway used to be dragged along on the crate down the road? Someone will know. I did that on holiday. Oh, my eyes are stinging. Oh, it's probably something really bad, isn't it? It's like his doctor's out there saying, we know what's wrong with him. The really sign of something bad in the brain. Oh, God. It's a mixture of poor eyesight and a bath with bubbles in it. Look at me. I could never be one of those Instagram influencers. They don't go out the house looking like this. Right. No, I can't snowboard, Gunner. Can't do anything like that. Never done it. Never done anything like that extreme. Bungee jump, skydive. I'll tell you one thing I would do. Hang gliding. If they could hold the parachute like that and drop me, that'd be all right, right? So I'm in the hang glider. I'll jump off a cliff. I'm already in the hang glider. Although I do think that why doesn't it do that? Boom, like a paper aeroplane. Sometimes when you throw it, it goes bang. But I think I'd trust that. I'd run along, and I think I would, even at my age and weight. I reckon if I trusted someone, I'd love that. I assume you get high by manipulating. Otherwise, you'd be lower than the cliff, and you'd have to land somewhere. So I assume it lifts you up, like throw. I don't know, but I do that, yeah. Scarlet, the beagle. Scarlet. Oh, I know Scarlet. Met her a few times. Aunty is the most amazing dog actress. She is. Her devotion as Brandy in Afterlife is so lifelike. She's just like the dog. She is. Does Aunty need many rehearsals, or is she a one-take wonder? No rehearsals. If she has to go somewhere, uh, her dad gives her a little mark, so it'll hide a little bit of. She understands that that's the mark, a little bit of wood that she's been trained. There you go. He put that on the couch, hide it on the couch, and here go on and action. Go. She knows she's got to go and sit by that mark, and the audience can't see the mark. I don't have her do tricks. I don't really want a dog doing tricks. I want her to be a dog. So all she has to do is look hungry when I feed her, eat it, which is, you don't need to train a dog to do that. For example, like in the very first episode where she goes to sit on Lisa's grave, he put a mark on the grave. So she went and sat on the mark, facing the grave. He's behind the grave with a bit of sausage on a wire. Looks like she's looking at the grave. Beautiful. And then I started doing that with all the actors. I did that with Tony Way, put a sausage on a stick, and Tony Way. Whoa. Oh dear. Yeah, so she doesn't. So that's all. That's all we do with Aunty. I found a lovely picture of Aunty from a shot where she's looking at me in the water, and she looks really concerned, and it's just her lead and my coat when I walk into the sea. I'll post that after. It's just a lovely. It's so lovely that it's got so much personality in her face, and you can see that she's concerned with something. Titch, I would like to know, do you or have you ever practiced lines with Aunty? Aunty Jane, Titch is a dog. That's my niece. You're going to miss this, aren't you? So am I. And if yes, do you make her laugh with silly voices? Thank you. I don't practice lines for my own stuff. I sort of know that, but I have a couple of times when I've had to learn other people's lines, like in a film or whatever. But I probably do muck around. But no, I don't practice lines for things I've written. I didn't practice lines like The Office and Extras and all that. But if it's not mine and I've got to learn them like the night before or something, I do. Do I do silly voices? Well, yeah, I'd probably do that. Not when I'd probably do that anyway. I do stupid voices. I just walk around saying stupid things and singing stupid songs all the time. Like I'll sing what I'm going to do. Like I'm gonna get some fucking bread. I'll just sing that. He's getting bread. It's like an opera in here. I'm gonna have a wee, then get some wine. He's getting wine. He's getting some fucking wine. She's there trying to write a book. Oh, it gives you some insight, doesn't it? George Clooney doesn't do this shit, does he? He doesn't do this. You don't see George Clooney doing this for his fans, or Tom Hanks, or anyone else. Leo fucking DiCaprio, Brad Pitt. None of them. They don't do any of this shit. Which is good. Oh, God. Freya, have you got any hidden talents that no one knows about? No, I haven't learned anything more. I've told you everything. You know everything I can do. I've put everything into everything. Anything that you'd call talent, I've probably shown you. I play guitar and sing a bit, and Uh, 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 didn't someone ask me this before? And all I'd come up with was that thing where I can say "see you later, alligator" with my mouth shut and blown up like a frog. See you later, alligator. See you later, alligator. So that's it. That's all I can fucking do. Joey, my question for today is: do you think dreams have any meaning or purpose? Funny you should say that. Have you ever had a dream or nightmare that was so vivid it felt real even after you woke up? Wow. Right, two-part question, two-part answer. I asked Sam Harris this, and he recorded it. It's on a podcast. I think I've tweeted it, haven't I? I have basically, and I asked him all about dreams. Do they have a purpose? I think the answer was they're they have meaning, but they have purpose because they're upshots, they're illusions of upshots of our brain laying down memories, like all the things you've sort of learnt in the day. That's when they sort of stock take and put them away. And as they're putting them away, oh, you did that, remember that face, remember that, right? You're hallucinating, but because there's no logic to it, you can't make sense of it. You've only got the emotional part of your brain. So that's why you can feel happy and sad, and it doesn't really make sense. Like you make up a joke. We talked about this, or make up and it doesn't make sense. And have you had a dream or nightmare? I regularly wake myself up, but now I've got to the point where I sort of try and control them. So, like last night, I had a nightmare. It was fucking horrible. There was a big spider waiting for me, and I mean a 6-foot spider, and it looked at me, and I fucking woke up. But I was trying to get Jane to wake me up. So in my dream, I'm trying to get Jane to wake me up because there's a fucking monster, like a fucking 8-year-old. Oh, so yeah, I do have. And then for a few seconds, you think, "Oh my god." And for that first few seconds, oh, I'm up now. That was horrible. Get that out of my head. I've got to go to the loo. And then you wind yourself up going, what if this is still a dream? What would you do if you saw it there going, you're not awake yet, are you? You fat cunt. So that... Oh, God. Good question, Joey. Mum and Sherlock. When Mum lived in the UK years back, she and her foreign friend once went to a local job centre to apply for 2 jobs they were not qualified for. So they went through a whole interview despite not being qualified. What's your worst job interview? I haven't had many. I've only had a couple. The one I remember, well, there was one where I went with my friend that I put in the office. The first scene in the office. I went along with my mate, and we were 17. It was the school holidays. We went along to one of those services that put you in offices and factories, you know. And the guy had a ponytail, and he said, "I don't give shitty jobs. If 2 guys come to me, they're right there." And he called his mate up, and he went, "Yeah, of course they're 18." Like that. And I remembered that, because I remember thinking, he's trying to get us to trust him, but the first thing he did was lie to his friend. And I remembered that, and I thought, and that was, yeah, sort of 20 years previous. So that wasn't a bad review. The worst thing I had to do was the first time when I just started in the business. I think I'd done the 11 o'clock show or something before the office, and I went along to audition to get an advert, because I remember it was like $5,000 for like, and I had no money. It was to sell a yogurt or something. I didn't get it. And they auditioned, and the idea, it was going to be one of those adverts where it's an actor, but pretending to be a member of the public. or pretending to be, you know, I was meant to be selling. The advert was going to be me selling yogurt in a big shopping mall and trying to get people to taste it, and it was horrible. It was horrible. I was there waiting, and there was like 10 other people, and the worst thing was I was just starting out, and I didn't really. I was right. I think I was already right in the office, and there's all these people that I sort of vaguely knew off the telly. I didn't know they were, but I'd seen their faces on the telly, and they were all bitching about they hadn't worked since January, and I just felt really. I thought I shouldn't even take this job. If I get it, I should give it to these lot. And I remember calling my agent saying, I don't want to do that anymore. I'm not doing that anymore. I'll just write. Bella, being rescued and adopted as a puppy, I often wonder if my siblings are anything like me. Stick-loving scruffy whippets with great hair. Are your siblings anything like you? Do they ever get recognised as looking like the bloke from The Office? Well, no, I don't think they do. They're older than me for a start, and one's a woman. No, but I think they do look like me. You see it. They're me. They're me 10 years on. My brother Bob winds me up when I tease him about sort of being fat, and he goes, "This is you in 10 years." I think, yeah, that's right. He's right. But yeah, they. If you saw us together, you go, "Oh, they're definitely," you know. But no, I don't think people go, Are you the brother from the bloke from The Office?" I don't think that happens. Sammy, so if you needed an unattractive, in brackets, ugly person for a spot in your show, it's happened. How do you advertise for that without offending the person? Just curious. Love your work. It's a good question. People often wonder, what do you say to them? You just tell the truth. You put it in the script. If it says the weirdest looking bloke you've ever seen, they see that. They make a decision. They go, well, that can't be me. I'm not weird. Or they go, yeah, I can do that. And you don't. I'm sure I'm sure I downplay it. Like, oh, we can make your teeth look terrible, or your hair look terrible. Once I see them, I don't just go, perfect. You're the weirdest looking person I've ever seen. But they're grown-ups. They're actors. They know people know that they get fat bloke in the crowd and skinny weirdo and bald bloke. And they know that. That's what they've done. In fact, there's an agency that's called the Ugly Agency, where you look through it and it is just people of all shapes and sizes who they know they get work because of it. They know, you know. I don't mean all actors who look weird get acted because they're weird. There are some agencies who they do it because they've got a lot type, a look. And I doubt you'd cast one of those in a lead role because they're often background artists, if you know what I mean. I wouldn't say the lead in this new thing I'm writing is the weirdest bloke in the world. Because you'd get a real actor and make him look weird, unless there was an actor who was the weirdest. You know what I mean? So you're just honest. They see the script. You don't surprise them with it. They don't turn up and they go, "What am I doing?" I go, "Oh, you're playing a really ugly bloke. Perfect." They you don't surprise them. Oh dear. Oh, we've run out of time. Right, one last question. If you were on Danielle, if you were on Celebrity Mastermind, what would your specialist subject be? I think we've had that. I think I was torn between if I couldn't do The Office or whatever. I think I went for David Bowie. Might be my best bet. Yeah, I think that's what I always think of. But I probably wouldn't. I mean, I probably wouldn't do well. There's probably people who know everything about him. but I think that might be my best shot. I wouldn't choose an academic subject, too risky. Too risky. I'd have to study. Right, well, last question. Ollie comic strip. According to theories of quantum mechanics, fuck's sake. According to theories of quantum mechanics, the existence of parallel universes is highly probable, meaning that there is a reality in which you're rich and famous, but not for being a comedian. Which other skill would you make you rich and famous? Well, if there was a parallel universe, and it's like the theory is actually there's an infinite amount of parallel universes. So there's one where I'm the richest, most famous man in the world for going, see you later, alligator. That's all I do, and the crowd go fucking mental. It's going, see you later, alligator. So let's end on a high. Let's end it there. Yeah. Check out my 2 little phone calls with Sam Harris. I'll tweet that picture of Aunty I was talking about. Have a great retweet this. That's all I fucking asked, and you don't do it. It gets 200,000 views, 300 retweets. You do the fucking math. Someone's letting the side down. Okay. See you. Fuck off, Colin. See you on Sunday. Tatty bye, everyone. Tatty bye.